Thank you for being with us on another Tuesday night on behalf of First Amendment Sports. I'm Ken Marangolo. He's Tim Strachan.
That was impressive, how you had it all timed out from hitting it from the other room.
Well, we'll see how impressive it looks to the people.
This show has started off fantastic. All right, good to be here.
He's Kevin Ricka.
I'm not as easily impressed. I think you are all right.
No, well, let us know,
You've seen
A,
it
that
more
you can
than I have.
see us, B, that you can hear us, and C,
That my ass isn't hanging out.
that your ass
Thank
isn't
you.
hanging out.
Thank
I'm
you.
Ken Marangolo. This is Thank God It's Tuesday, where we talk about the Washington football team, along with many other D.C. sports topics of the day, du jour, as they say.
Are there other
in,
topics
New
of the day?
Orleans. Not really.
I'm so upset we weren't able to do a show last week. I know it was everything out of our control. We couldn't do it, but that was awesome. It was so awesome, and we couldn't talk about it, but we're here to talk about it now. Still
We are
awesome.
here to talk about it now.
Still awesome.
The good thing is everyone who's joining us tonight will be extremely, I think, happy for us and happy for you guys. If any of you guys are watching ESPN on Sunday or flipping to it every once in a while because there was football on, I was watching football for the most part, but they were showing high school basketball at the highest possible level in the world. That tournament ESPN did for that one day. 10 other days, we did it. Kevin and I, we were joined by two other folks who took a bunch of other games, but we got to sit courtside to like the best high school teams in the world. We called 9 of the top 10 teams in the country, including 2 in our backyard in the WCAC, which we always talk about. It was surreal to be watching live sports. It was surreal to be that close again to action, and this wasn't. I mean, we're not here to talk about, high school basketball, but this was next level athletic shit. This was the best high school, athletes probably in the world, and you need to know who they are because you're going to be watching them at the next level and then the next level after that.
Let me just say 18 draftable prospects, 12 will be first-round picks, 8 possible lottery picks. Obviously, this is 2-3 years down the road, but we're not projecting 5. This is not the NFL. This is the NBA. A lot of these kids will be there in 2 years. It was awesome. It really was. If you've been lying on your couch, I've been saying it nonstop. We've been lying on your couch for 10 months with a remote in hand, Netflix smothered all over your Amazon Prime, just like I have. This was really cool to see actual people getting up and down the court doing their thing. It's also been really cool on the heels of the Redskins playoffs. To actually focus in on high-level shit.
It was so again the best thing that we could have been able to do is to see some sports, but it's been a positive sports experience for all of us. So we did that high school basketball for you guys, but that kept us out of here on Tuesday night.
We're sorry.
We're sorry, but
we're just having a little fun.
We're just having a little fun, and there's no off season, obviously, but we were working. Just for the record, we were working.
There's nothing wrong with working.
Nothing wrong with working. And the let's start from the very beginning. Very good place to start.
First, the dinosaurs came, but they got too big and fat.
That's right.
They turned to oil.
And then there was a oil war. I like to think that the ride that we took from September through the first week of January was way better than we could have imagined, way better than we hoped
wild.
for. And it was, at the end of the day, everything we asked for, which we almost had no business asking for. So the idea that Ron Rivera is the right guy for the job, check. The idea that the biggest problem in our organization, which is that toxic culture, that terrible environment that was created for people to work, that we needed addressed. I mean, it didn't get better right away, and it got worse before it got better, and it might still get a little bit worse before it gets where it needs to be, but check. We weren't afraid to make moves.
It was headed in the right direction until it was in the right direction. That was the coolest thing for me. If you're looking at the season as a whole, that's what I think was most amazing. Not that they made the playoffs, because, again, making the playoffs as the winner of the NFC East is not a badge that you necessarily want to take to the party where everybody brings their badge, right? But
hold on. Can I call a timeout?
But it was
back-
maturation and how that played out.
Are you grabbing
I'll be
people
honest.
again?
I even had at one point some doubt that Ron wasn't, kind of playing. He was seesawing on an issue. I think that was just the outward appearance. I think internally he had his finger on the pulse of this team. He knew where they wanted to take them. He made it better by subtraction during the year, which was another part of the crazy roller coaster ride. That was the coolest part for me, was to see how Ron and then the way Chase Young and Jonathan Allen and Alex Smith and others were talking about how much fun they were playing for this guy and where they were headed. That to me was the bell cow of the whole season.
Bringing the bell cow to the badge. Honey Badger don't give a fuck.
Put your
I
badge
love
in
it.
the bowl. Put
Listen,
your badge
Listen,
in the
T,
bowl.
you know two things that are about to happen right now. We're going to talk about badges for a very long time.
The badge party.
Where other people bring their badge.
You got the worst badge of all the badges.
Well, won't you whip your badge out right
I
now?
got badges.
You're working
Very
with.
I got badges.
I do
Don't mess
appreciate-
with my badges.
My badge is
badge.
freezing in this office space. Oh, man, it's a freezing cold badge.
It just wasn't. Winning the NFC is not something you want to.
I will take it. I love it. It says at the end of the
Wear on
day,
a
it'll say
jacket.
NFC East Champion 2020, and
Put it on the inside label.
that's what it's all about: winning the division. And F Philadelphia, New York, and Dallas, who suck to high heavens. It ended interestingly, and so here's where I want to talk about tonight. And Greg Martin's beating me to it. Obviously he wants to talk about
As
badges.
usual.
It's mostly a badge story. Alex Smith couldn't go at the end of the season, the end of the previous game, and he couldn't go for us in the playoffs, and so it underlines two things. One, it underlines the decisiveness of Ron Rivera in the Ron Rivera era, which is rip it out and kill it. Theory of bad toxic culture, and to him that was Dwayne Haskins. Needed to go, couldn't win with the guy, didn't want him around as players as we were on the way better. So what did he do? Told him to hit the bricks, and he was willing to go to the playoffs with Alex Smith and Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke gets the start. We haven't had a show since that game. We all saw it. We all lived it. We all got crazy insane watching what he did for Washington. I mean, it was awesome. What he did.
Hell yeah.
The legend of Taylor Heineke.
The legend of Taylor Heineke. I think you put him in the Timmy Smith category.
I do. I think he will forever be that great trivia question that where were you when you saw Taylor Heineke do what he did? Look, he's 27 years old, and there's a reason he wasn't in football a month ago. He's not a starting quarterback in this league. He's not your franchise quarterback. For all those that are hoping that's the case, that doesn't mean I don't want him here. I want him here. I want him to be a backup quarterback because of what he was able to do. And that performance, it was legendary. That diving touchdown will forever be ingrained in some young Redskin Washington football team fans' brain for the rest of their life.
Is there a number you won't bring him back for?
A number we won't bring Heineke back for?
Or a number that you're kind of – I mean,
No, he's not getting any numbers. He's not. There's
It's not about numbers.
no one's giving
Well, it's
him
about
any money.
numbers, but
I mean, if someone thinks that he's
money. No.
Yeah.
he wants to be here. We want him to be here. He's going to have the ability to grow up a little bit and flourish. We know that we can bring him in at any given time.
Everybody else knows that now.
He's just
too.
not that big of a dude, and he already separated his shoulder. That tough ass came back in and played, and God love him for it. But I don't think he's built to be the guy that, with this defense, that you just hand the keys to. But I certainly want him part of this organization, and I feel the same way about Kyle Allen. I feel like we have 2 stud backup quarterbacks, which usually means you don't have a starter.
So, all right, so the other part of the equation is going to be the Alex Smith side. So you have Alex Smith, who would make $24 million if he played for us this coming year. If he retires or is cut, $10.8 million of dead space next year, no big deal. $14 million of salary cap savings. You can do something with that money. You could use some of that money to bring back Heineke plus somebody else. I got the impression from the 60 Minutes interview, and I'm getting the impression from – just like the general vibe. Plus, I've already gone on record on this show, what was it, like 2.5 months ago, when I promised you that Alex Smith is going to be playing quarterback for us in September. So I don't – if he doesn't want to retire – so my whole take on the Alex Smith thing is, if he comes out and says, I'm not retiring, I think that's because he already talked to Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera, I don't believe, will cut Alex Smith. And I don't believe that Ron Rivera is scared to start 2021 with Smith, Allen, and Heineke. I think he is fine with that. And maybe he's wrong. Maybe we don't like that. Maybe we don't agree with that. But I think what he learned this year was, if I got a guy that I trust, and I think between Heineke, Allen, and Smith, he has a guy. And they don't individually aren't anything that you're going to lock down as your future, but as a threesome, you got a guy you can put out on Sunday. I think Ron Rivera said, hey, listen, I can win with a strong defense. I can trust a quarterback to get the ball to Terry McLaurin. Logan Thomas is coming on. Antonio Gibson's playing well. Our offensive line has promise. And I need my draft picks and my salary cap space to add a wide receiver, an offensive lineman, a middle linebacker. And so if you ask me what I would hope Alex Smith retires for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is it gives the Washington football team some interesting options. But I don't see that happening. I see Alex Smith coming back at the beginning of next year.
I don't think there's a chance Alex Smith is back here next year.
I hope you're right.
I hope. I don't hope. I mean, I love the guy dearly. I just don't think you can possibly take that risk of him week in, week out, possibly healthy, maybe not. Who gets the reps? Are we coming into this season knowing it's going to be divided up? When Rivera first got here, one of the first things he said was, I need to shore up 2 positions on this field. They have to be extensions of the coach. They have to be leaders. They have to be – I believe it starts right there at the quarterback position and the quarterback of defense at middle linebacker. We all know that middle linebacker position is going to get shored up. That's a definite must-have on the off-season checklist. The most important thing is the quarterback, and I do believe Ron Rivera is going to find his leader. Now, partially I agree with you, Ken. I don't think we're going to be giving up 2 firsts and an Ioannidis and a this or that and the other for Deshaun Watson. I don't think we're ready to just throw the kitchen sink at this thing, and people can debate what's good and bad with all that. I don't think he thinks he needs a Deshaun Watson at that price tag, but we need someone who's on pace with us. And by that I mean, are one of these rookies ready to jump in right away? I certainly don't know. Is there a veteran out there that we don't know about and with a year or 2 left on the contract that we could possibly trade for that we think is a fit? I'm not sure. I know who I don't want.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah?
Let's talk about that. So I'll give you first crack. So let's just for 1 second, for the sake of their board and anyone watching right now, let's say that Alex Smith retires. I think all 3 of us would hope that he retires. Is that fair? If we could pick his destination. Hold on, wait, T.
Who is a guy with 2 full legs that don't work going to tell a guy with 1 3/4 legs that do work he can't play football if he wants to?
Understood, but
I'm with you.
Okay.
I think it's in the best interest for all parties involved.
Okay.
That he retire.
But if he came back and played, we'd all root for him and say, God,
sure.
I hope this works, even though we don't think it was. Okay, so let's put that aside for a second.
Put the leg math aside also. That was funny. He was about to make you do leg math, and he let you off the hook.
I got off the hook.
He was nice to you.
Math.
Alex Smith retires. $14 million in spending money, 10.8 to the dead cap. Add that to what are we paying in dead cap for Haskins? About 8. So I think we get off easy in that scenario financially. we still have Kyle Allen and Taylor Heineke coming to camp to play some kind of quarterback. My question
For peanuts.
for peanuts. Yeah, if Alex Smith is playing for us, we're capped on options because now we have a lot of money at quarterback, and you probably can't spend a lot of money this year at quarterback. If Alex Smith retires, that's what we're talking about now. Mm-hmm. Allen and Heineke are going to be on the roster. T, you get to bet leadoff. Are you interested in making any of these mega deals for the Deshaun Watsons, Matt Staffords of the world?
I'm taking phone calls.
You're taking phone calls. Yeah, but it's going to cost you a lot.
I'm taking phone calls.
By the way, whoever came
I think
up with
you have to.
Whoever decided that Montez Sweat should be involved in any trade for Deshaun Watson should be dragged out back.
Hold on. Hogs Haven had Chase Young involved in today's. So, yeah.
That's the
it
theater
happened.
of the absurd.
It happened.
Theater of the absurd.
I saw it, and then there was a bunch of apologies following, and hey, this is
nothing
what
to do with
Deshaun Watson is worth. Well, I don't know.
The
I don't
answer
know
to
if
your
you
question
can
is
quantify
yes for one of those mega deals, because after that, what are they looking for? What is out there after that?
Well,
What's
but
available?
Hold on, but we're just answering the first question first. So you say you're at
Yes,
interest.
because I don't see what's available beyond that, other than maybe taking the risk with a rookie.
Kev?
I'm taking phone calls, emails, postcards.
Like I said before,
I mean,
just-
TikToks. I'm taking all
TikTok,
information because I believe this in my heart. Obviously, Ron Rivera did the right thing with Haskins. You heard me stump for the possibility of Haskins working out. Now, that was not about the man. That was not about the actual situation. That was about on paper. And damn it, if he happened to be someone that could at least have been decent, then it would be so much better for us, because I am horrified about who's going to be the quarterback. And I've never had less of a clue to what I expect. I have no idea, man. And I know this. I'm set with the two guys that we have as backups, but I'm taking phone calls because we need another person in that quarterback room. I love you dearly, Alex Smith. Maybe it could work out somewhere else if you don't want to. If you do want to, I think once training camp rolls around and you have one more calf situation, and then the part of your ass that they took the meat out of to make a calf might hurt a little bit. And that damn dude has done it all and proven to everyone. I hope to God that doesn't cost us anything or hurt him anything with our relationship, but he can't be here.
I thought he proved to himself he's not durable enough to be a starting quarterback in this league.
Smith?
Unless Redskins,
I don't think he
Washington
thinks that
football
way,
team,
though.
we're in a position to have to have him, like we were lucky to have him available this past year. I don't think we're in that situation right now, going into the offseason with the money that it could
You can't go in that way, right? We can't just go in knowing that all
Allen
these
or
guys.
Heineke
All right,
or
how
Smith.
about you can't go in with two broken legs and the guy who played one game and also hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean,
But, I tell you what, that would be ballsy. That
there'd
is-
only be balls left because there'd be
It
no
would
good
be
leg.
just
There'd be
all
zero good
balls.
legs, a half ass that was used as a calf, and then a
bum
bum
You'd be
shoulder.
like Randy Marsh when he got
Those balls are going to be
testicular cancer.
gigantic.
Just bunny hopping on his balls all the way down the field.
Good God.
All right, so I just want to put to rest a rumor that's been spreading around on the boards all across Hogs Haven and our YouTube channel, and I don't know who started it.
Wow.
I don't know who started it, although I do know who started it. Let me just tell everybody, Benjamin is safe. He's doing well. He's healthy.
Oh, no,
He's
Benji's
quarantining.
good.
He's happy. He's not here with us tonight, and he has nothing to do with the Caps situation tonight, James Rainey. He will be seen and heard from at the appropriate time. That's all I can say about that. But on the quarterback thing, I am
On the quarterback thing, we were talking about Alex Smith's huge balls, which translates
And
into
Randy
an
Marsh,
obvious
bunny
Benjamin
hopping on his
conversation.
balls.
And now you're like, oh, well, getting back to the quarterback
to the
thing.
quarterback thing.
This is not a testicle podcast, Kevin.
well, not yet. I want to say I am not interested in trading for any of these guys.
You're not.
Flat out.
At all.
Period. Nope.
Any?
I'm
Not interested.
I have taken
So
my
what-
phone
So there's
off
the
the
question.
hook.
What is available?
My phone is off the hook. I'm not even taking those calls.
What's
Not-
available? What call are you taking?
I'm taking we'll call us from James about Benjamin, obviously, which is things going on the board. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I'm happy to sign Heineke. I'm happy to bring back Kyle Allen. I'm going to, for me, my priority is Kenny Galladay. My priority is a middle linebacker. My priority is the best other $100 million guy I can find.
Take care of itself somewhere else down the road.
I'm committed to the long haul, and what I think makes our team better for the next 3 or 4 seasons is to continue to bring in the best possible talent with the resources we have. Hold on 1 second, T, because I want to answer your question. What else is out there? I want to kick the tires on Fitzpatrick for a 1-year contract.
Seriously.
It's the beard.
It's the beard.
It's your beard.
There's almost I think he's going to cost too much money. So, and if he does, then I'm out. But I want a 1-year guy who I can bring in to play with Heineke and Allen. Because otherwise, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm drafting a kid, and guess who it's not going to be?
You
it's not going to be Mac
Phillip
Jones.
Rivers right now and stop thinking about Fitzmagic. Then
No.
You want a 1-year guy?
Ron Rivera wants somebody who can run, and that's not Phillip Rivers.
Fitzmagic. Hey, now he's got wheels.
He's
compared to 2 broken-legged quarterbacks with gigantic balls.
He's a track
he's a
athlete
speed demon
compared to Phillip Rivers.
First of all, obviously
he's
Phillip
Michael
Rivers is on a track
compared to Phillip Rivers.
You want Fitzmagic? That is
no.
That's,
I don't want Fitzmagic.
I'm so sad
I'm just
that you
saying
said that.
I want a 1-year guy that fits under our cap because I don't think we're solving the quarterback issue long term in this year. I don't, and the only way that I think it possibly happens is with a rookie, and the only way that I think that happens is if a guy falls to the middle of the first round and we trade up 5 or 6 picks to go get him.
And there's a lot of guys that aren't first-round quarterbacks that have made their bones. There's a lot of guys that are more prepared to play right away without a high ceiling.
I don't want Mac Jones.
No, I don't want Mac Jones.
Okay.
Mac Jones looks like a trash bag filled with water. Do you see his post game? It was a cigar stuffed into a big old bean bag lying in the corner of my college dorm. He's not exactly ripped.
But here's 4 reasons why, Ken, your approach is wrong. Okay.
4? Hold on. Let me
4
reasons.
Write this down.
4
Write this down,
reasons
everybody.
for why your approach of taking the phone off the hook is wrong. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, although he's got a concussion, could be back by the Super Bowl. Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers.
Why are those reasons?
4 reasons. Why? Because those are the 4 quarterbacks that are in the playoffs still and have a chance to win a Super Bowl. And out of the names that are available that I know of so far, unless you're going to give me more, are Matthew Stafford and Deshaun Watson or a rookie.
I told you I'm happy with the rookie. I'm not trading away talented draft picks.
But then you follow that up with saying, I don't want Mac Jones. I don't want – who the hell is it going to be? So if it's not the top 2, you've obviously dispelled the third.
I've already said I like
Trey
Trey
Lance.
Lance.
The 6th guy?
I don't know that Trey Lance will be around when we have a chance to get him, but I've said it over and over again. He's the guy who I would love to suit up. And if he falls out of the top 10, I would start working the phones and seeing what's it going to cost me to move up to number 11, to number 12, to number 13, to number 14. If he lasts that long,
Trey Lance, he's not. He doesn't. The one thing I said to you about Trey Lance is we're not on the same page. This is a dude who, let's be honest, hasn't played this year.
Has not played this year.
Hasn't played. Has never played against legit lightning speed.
Understood.
That's a guy you want. Of course, Trey Lance, talent and his ability. I don't think it meshes with where we're at. We're not on the same pace with a Trey Lance.
I think he's
and
a
how about
Ron
this,
Rivera
though, Ken?
quarterback.
A Ron Rivera quarterback, that's great. And I love that. And maybe that's one of the possibilities that I'm open to. But let's be honest, Ron Rivera preaches culture, leadership. Yep. He has not once, twice, but a dozen times before he announced Dwayne Haskins as the quarterback said how important it was for the whole – everything is tied into this guy. I just can't see it being a rookie who's not ready to play. When this defense – hold on. Okay. This defense right now could take a leap to Super Bowl ready. I know we're a top 7, 8 defense, maybe top 5 in certain categories. We could be ready to take that okay, this defense can win them games. Where it kept us in this year, you got to be able to have a guy that can be on that pace. And by the end of year one, and I don't think Trey Lance is that guy. I think he's a 2-3 year developmental guy at best.
Okay,
Deshaun
so
is.
Not developmental
Stafford is.
as a functional quarterback,
Sure.
developmental as a superstar.
I think Trey Lance is a Ron Rivera quarterback. First of all, I think he is. My personal opinion is I do think he's a guy that you want to be the leader of your team. I know that he hasn't had a chance to show it a ton, but I think that he's that guy. I think he has that character. I think he's got that it factor in terms of being a guy that fits in Ron Rivera's culture.
I think
and who
he does.
wants. And I would 100% agree with you that he's not ready on week one. But that's the beauty of Allen and Heineke. I don't want them to be my week 17 starter. I don't want them to be my week 10 starter. But I think the two of those guys know Scott Turner's offense well enough that between the two of them we can string together some competent offensive play, especially if we invest in the offensive line, especially if we invest in a wide receiver. Listen, we got there.
I'm not giving this defense a rookie this year.
Oh, but I'm not. But I want because I want to give this defense another first or second round pick.
Can you imagine how good this team would be with a great quarterback in this league? You can't be non-willing to be open-minded about the quarterback position. I think that's a huge mistake on my opinion is saying no in a league that shit happens real fast.
But so if you're
this is the most important
first,
position.
are you giving two firsts for Stafford or Watson?
No, it's the most.
That's what it's going to cost.
Yeah, but I didn't say I was doing that.
Okay.
I said this is the most important position in sports, and certainly Ron Rivera's biggest choice since he's gotten here is about to be what he's about to do. I do not think he's going to be like me, Ron Rivera, who's been making all these tough decisions and fought with all the crap that I fought with in 1 year. Let's go in there with these three guys we can shuffle around. I think he wants it to be a guy.
I agree with that. I think he wants it to be a guy too.
Well, then I think he has an idea who that guy is, since they had a meeting the day after the season ended about which direction they were headed in regards to specifically that guy. And I don't think they're going to be average ass making ham and cheeses. So they're going to have a steak dinner talk about this situation. And we're going to need a steak dinner quarterback.
Who do you think that guy is?
I told you in the car ride over here, I'm scared shitless because I have no idea. But I know this. I have to be open-minded to anything, and that's why I said when you said rookie quarterback, okay. We've seen veteran amazing defenses embrace a young Russell Wilson and bring him along at a speed that he wasn't on par with Seattle.
Who went to the Super Bowl early in his
Exactly,
career.
And he wasn't asked to do too much,
right.
and that veteran defense
right.
But we're not a veteran defense just yet. We're just right there on the cusp. That's why I was looking for someone. I want to buy my 5-year-old a dog he's going to have till he's 17. You don't want to get your 5-year-old a 9-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on the same page here.
But I believe
Stafford's
you can give this defense a top pick. I think Rivera's biggest priority is not quarterback. I think it's linebacker.
Well, then you're crazier than a shithouse rat, and I love you.
I love Ron Rivera for being who he is at his core. And to me, I think if you peeled back the Russian nesting doll 5 or 6 layers deep, it's linebacker. His quarterback of his team is linebacker. I could be dead wrong. Maybe you guys. I understand you would disagree. I think he would be willing because I also here's at the core of my whole philosophy of this is yes. The year 2 of Ron Rivera, there's a whole lot of potential. We have talent in places that you can win big games with. I understand that. But I think Ron Rivera is in this for the long haul. I don't think he sees this as a win or die. If I don't do well this season, it's all over. I think he's still looking at this as years out. And
look at this defense. There's a different pace, and you know it. He knows how the league works, how the salary cap works.
But Ron Rivera can win with.
This is a 5-year plan, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
With 4 years left.
Yeah, but I don't think Ron Rivera has 10 years left if he wants it. I mean,
sure, but guess what? This defense doesn't. You are not going to ever have the ability to have this many first-round draft choices on one defense maybe ever again after the next 2 years. I believe the maximum window right now, the bay window is getting flung open. It's like the windows at your house. There weren't any 2 weeks ago. I think that's what we're dealing with.
So I love Stafford.
I'm not saying Stafford either,
Stafford's
but
the one that's going to be more affordable than Watson. First of
I
all,
agree.
Watson's
like him.
not
Yeah.
coming here.
Yeah.
Anyone
And
who
I
thinks
think-
Watson's coming here is
I
crazy.
think if you get the right pieces
can't
for
do the Watson
Stafford,
deal.
you have a defense that can get you there and win it. With the Stafford and comparable pieces around him
I love Stafford.
and a linebacker.
My biggest problem with Matt Stafford is he is one hit away from being out as well. And I know every quarterback.
That's
in the
why you
National
have an
Football League is
Allen
one
and a
hit out.
Heineke behind him.
Yeah, but
I
they're-
just want to say this, guys, real quick. Ron Rivera is going to pick a guy, hand-picked, is going to be in his mold, exactly like Ron Rivera.
You don't think Stafford's that guy?
No, I do. I absolutely do. I think that whoever this guy that Rivera picks is going to be the guy that stands up. And the 4 problems T just had with your last philosophy it stood out to me. I watched every single one of those snaps like you two did this weekend. Do you know how many 3rd and 2s in the playoffs make a fan sit there and cringe? You know how many of these 4 guys have made those 3rd and 2s look effortless? You know we don't have that guy right now, no matter how good Heineke played, and we haven't for so long. If you want to have a defense that's as good as these 4 teams, which I do believe we will, you sure as hell better not have them sitting on the sidelines going, wait, we're not going for it when it counts? Ron Rivera's Riverboat Ron for a reason. He wants to roll the dice out there and go for it on 4th and 3 from his own 38 with 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, down by 4. I don't want a rookie doing that. I don't want a wash-up doing that. I don't want a second stringer doing that. I think we have to head into this season with a guy that you could plug into that scenario and understand that 7 out of 10
So
times it will be
Mahomes-
successful.
Mahomes, Allen, and Rodgers, all first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, 20 years of experience. He came at a super high cost at Tampa
Right.
Bay. So as far as those being reasons why I'm wrong, T, all I'm saying is you have to invest heavily in having
Mm-hmm.
a quarterback like that, whether you have to get your
As
first-round pick
all
right.
4 of those teams are invested heavily.
Well, 3 of
So
those
I
teams
think
drafted
Ken's
him in the
here,
first
T's
round.
here,
They're
and I'm
most
here.
important.
I
So
think
we-
I'm here. T's here, you're here, and I'm here.
Aaron Rodgers was available at number 19 overall. Josh Allen wasn't. Pat Mahomes wasn't. Tom Brady was.
Aaron Rodgers also sat on the bench for a year before his greatness. Patrick
I know.
Mahomes sat on the bench for a year for his greatness. We cannot
Exactly.
afford to sit anybody on their bench for a year with this defense right now.
Okay.
We have 2 years, I think, Ken. 2 years.
I won't sign up to that. I understand what you're saying, Kevin. I don't want to lose
I didn't
out.
know. I never said it had to be a top level guy. I said it just can't be a turd ball like you're saying we can get by with for a year. I don't think you can afford to
think
do
a
that for your
rookie-
defense.
A rookie and Allen and
Yeah,
Heineke to me is
Yeah. I think that Chase Young's going to look you in the face and be like, that's it? All right. I mean, that's what it is, Coach. All right, let's go.
he has 4 more years with us.
But who's going to be the leader of that locker room in the crunch time situation for the next 2 years?
Chase
We're
Young
just
has
hoping
4 more
hoping
years
the
with
rookie.
us.
Oh, I understand that.
Montez Sweat 3.
But Chase Young, you think he's getting triple team now? You wait till these guys start going and sign the big bonus deals that they're gonna. He only has a window when he has Payne, Allen, and Montez for how many more years? Do you think you can keep that group together? Those 4. That's
I
what
do.
I'm telling you. 2. It's 2 is the answer, in my estimation, my guess.
I think
Guess.
you make
I'm not
one-
saying I'm right, but
yeah,
that 2
okay.
years better not be. How about if you don't hit on the rookie? Then you're stuck with 2 broke ass.
So if you don't hit on the rookie, then you can come back next year. Because if you don't hit on the rookie, to me, you used at least one of those picks that you're trading for that Stafford or Watson or whoever it is on the
I don't want to do
linebacker
that. No,
makes-
that's T's conversation, not mine.
I
I
want
don't
the-
want to do that.
I want the linebacker.
I'm not saying T's wrong either, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to give up 2 first rounders. I don't. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's going to be someone a little less than
You're giving up
one
at
of
least
these.
a first. You're giving up a first and something for Stafford. You're okay with that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, because
Yes.
we just said it's only Stafford and Watson.
I think
You're not
that
paying Dak
it depends on
$35
who.
million.
It depends on who else. What are you saying? Ioannidis in the first? Yeah, I would do that. If Matt Stafford was our first pick and we gave up Ioannidis and that was it, yeah, man. Because now I'm saying that first round pick to have a guy like Stafford, because guess what happens
Then
on
that's
3rd and
okay
3
with
with
me.
Matt Stafford at the helm.
I would
think
be
we have a hell of a
shocked
better
if that's
chance.
how cheaply Stafford came, but because I would of course do that.
Then
too,
maybe
Kevin.
we throw in a third. What would you do then? Would that be?
Well, we have 2/3.
Hey, at that point, I don't give a shit. A first and a third.
There's going to be junk after that.
And so how about this? A first, a third, and Ioannidis for Stafford. I'm signing my name to that deal right now. And I'm going to say, you know what? That extra third you
there's
just said we
deals
got.
to be done. There
first
may be,
round pick
there
for
may
a-
be other
for a
guys.
stud.
Yeah. And there may be other guys that may not be of that stud caliber. There's an interesting situation with the Saints going on down there. Somebody may be shaking loose. in that
Taysom
situation,
Hill.
right? Or really maybe
Do you like
Jameis
Taysom Hill?
Winston.
Yeah, but not for full time.
No, but or Jameis Winston might be somebody thrown out there.
So my brother threw him out, and I just thought Ron Rivera, if he saw one video of the
Not a Ron Rivera
win
guy.
lick, I don't think he screams. Here's
No.
Ron Rivera's
He'll
choice for
enter the-
leadership of the offensive
But
locker
I
room.
think he may enter the conversation for not just the Redskins in general. Somebody is from
he
that
might get
situation.
$20 million to play
know,
quarterback for somebody, too.
What's
I
going to
just hope
happen?
it's not
What's
us.
going to happen with the Jets situation?
Sam
right?
Darnold.
What's going to happen with Sam Darnold?
I'm very curious about that.
I'm super curious what his price tag is. Maybe
Or
my
what the
phone's
problem
off the
is,
hook,
or
but
why.
I might
Maybe
take
he was-
a text.
maybe
I might
his-
take a text about Sam
Maybe his
Darnold.
problem was too much as expected of him. When you come to a team like Washington where not as much as is expected.
He played for a crackhead. Adam Gase was the creepiest interview
There's going to be
ever.
more. I think there's going to be more after Deshaun and
Sure.
Stafford.
The carousel
The
will spin.
conversation's
I
going to
think we
run.
all agree. We would love to
Garoppolo's
have.
available.
May I just say this? We would all love to have Deshaun Watson. In fact, I believe he's the perfect fit. Leadership in the locker room, his ability to throw the ball, his ability to escape, his athleticism. He's such a great person. We ain't getting him.
What about Jimmy
We
Garoppolo?
ain't getting him. Stop it right
Taylor
now.
Heineke,
Leave your
Kyle
porn
Allen.
star, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy
You just
Garoppolo
wanna
ain't never
do the
done
calendar
shit.
shoot.
I'm just throwing
Jimmy
names out.
I
I'm
do
talking about
not
the
like Jimmy
carousel.
Garoppolo. He has never
Okay.
done shit. I don't
Okay.
understand it.
That's
Then he
fair.
gets on there after freaking New England and puts that gross porn star on there. She wasn't even. She was like a hideous dude looking creature.
What?
That dude caused him to whatever. That's all. That is all nuts. He has
Matt
two
Ryan
regular.
is
He has
another guy
two
people want.
functional
I don't want
legs.
Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan can play ball, but I don't want him. I don't want him.
Oh, Matt Ryan. I couldn't hear what you said.
Matt Ryan, is not,
Hey.
dude, the carousel is going to spin
Yeah, I know.
wildly this offseason. There's going to be guys. I understand the game. You said you're signing your name to the Stafford deal. To me,
I didn't say he's the answer. I said I would sign my name to that deal because
Okay.
he'd be the best quarterback we've had here in a very long time with 2 years. I need 2 years out of somebody, Ken. 2 years.
well, you should be able to get 2 years out of Stafford. I would buy that
I
for
don't know.
$1. I would buy that for
How
$1.
about this? He's tough as shit. I know that.
he's-
tough as shit with
yeah.
a howitzer. He has beaten us, and he's always competed, and he's never gotten the chance to show exactly what he's so good at. And that
Of
buried
all
in that
the
city.
players,
His loyalty to that city.
I want Stafford.
I
but
think so.
But again,
think so.
I've been unabashedly a Trey Lance guy. I do think he's going to be a good player in this league, and I think he can run Scott Turner's offense. I think he's physical. I think he can run.
Yep.
I would be shocked if he was available for us to play in September, and to get him, I think we're going to have to trade to get him. So I don't know how I feel about that, and I do restate my utmost desire to put an alpha dog, Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, hand-picked linebacker behind this defensive
That's
line.
happening.
I know.
That's
That's
happening.
my number one goal.
That's happening.
I understand. You guys, as quarterbacks, I appreciate that you think I'm an idiot, and I probably am. But I
Hold
want,
on. I never said you were an
Well,
idiot.
the linebacker's my number one priority. The middle linebacker's my
Well,
number
that's
one
insane
priority.
because you can get there's 7 of those guys you can choose from and get what you need out of them in this defense. Ken, a 4-3 middle linebacker, that's not like they just have like 2 of those out there.
I want the
Quarterbacks?
the monster, the Kuechly, the Ron Rivera's hand-picked guy.
The margin of
Go out
error
there
All
and
right.
get him.
is
I know.
much
I know.
You're going to have
Sure.
to trade for a Kuechly. How much are you going to give up for there, Ken?
What if Micah Parsons falls out of the top
Not
10?
exactly Kuechly, a Kuechly
A
type
Kuechly. I know.
guy.
I
Yeah,
know.
they ain't come cheap. They don't just trade them for ham sandwiches around there because he ain't a quarterback.
But the
That's
margin
gonna
of
be a tough
error
sled too.
picking a linebacker is so much larger than picking a quarterback.
Really?
You meant to say that the other way,
The
right?
margin of error is thinner.
There you go. You said larger.
quarterbacks.
So if it's large,
But the margin of
it's
error
large,
is larger
but it's
for
thin.
linebackers
So what you're saying is it's large, but
than
it's
it is
thin.
for quarterbacks.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor and show me your badge before you say something?
See,
like that?
wait, no, that's the other thing. I get bitched at for saying badges, and you bring out Russian dolls and shit.
Russian
No one
nested
says
dolls.
anything?
I podcast with some freaking
weird.
weirdos, dude.
I get crushed for saying badges.
Oh, if you don't think you
Stinking
earned
badges.
a badge, you were like, well, he's at a party and he's showing his badge to other people at the party with badges.
Badge
I'm like,
party.
what kind of party?
I'm gonna need to see your
I've been
badge.
friends with this dude for 45 years.
All right. I'd
Never
rather
gone
go to a badge party than a Russian doll party, okay?
It's a Russian nesting doll.
That makes it better.
It's not much of. It's more of a soiree
right,
than
whatever.
a party.
Well, let's just always focus on what's important.
You and
it's
your dolls,
large,
get the hell
but
outta
it's
here.
thin. It's large
Thin
and thin.
large. All right, so the quarterback issue is not going to be
Nesting
settled
doll.
tonight. And also,
It's not going to be settled ever. This
we have
argument's
to
going to
know-
happen
We have to know
forever.
what Alex Smith is going to say publicly, and it's going to determine a lot. Because if we have to pay him $24 million, if he says he's playing, I just think that it's because he's talked to Ron Rivera, and him and Ron Rivera have come to an understanding. I don't think Alex Smith is going to have a conversation with Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera's like, man, I don't think so. And then he's going to be like, screw you. I'm coming back. Give you my $24 million.
Or it's because Disney said, we didn't get the ending we wanted, so.
Oh, they did. They
You're
got
going
everything they
back.
got. They can rewrite the ending. If we can rewrite that script
Is
any
that
way
the
we
based
want.
on
Tom Brady is
real-
going down in this game in the Disney movie. Chase Young's going to rip that leg off. All right, so let's wrap it up on the news of the day, which is Marty Herney. It's like this. I just think it's a very amusing headline that the Washington football team is hiring a general manager when really it's Ron Rivera hiring somebody who knows how to write all the paperwork and submit it on time and take care of the business of running an administrative side of a football organization, which he clearly thinks Marty Herney can do. Because this is Ron Rivera's team, organization, front office, you name it, it's Ron Rivera. Anyone's hiring Marty Herney, it's Ron Rivera.
He just hired the old wily catcher of the pitching staff. Can he sit there and pick out the best pitcher off of tape for 5 minutes? No, but he can bring the best out of those guys and just be the guy that spreads. He's a business exec.
Yep.
And why wouldn't you pick a guy that meshes with you perfectly if that's the guy that you're going to mesh with to try and accomplish all that we're trying to accomplish? And what's wrong with our damn fan base? Why is everyone so brainwashed about one thing? Oh, Kyle Smith is amazing. Guess what? He's still here as of right now.
He's been here.
And he wasn't even offered an interview. And Rivera came out today and said, well, we didn't think it was the time. But we look forward to promoting him. And he's great at what he's great at. What Marty Herney is great at and what all these decisions are, not one of our damn fans have a damn clue about. Since when is everyone all of a sudden privy to the ongoings of our front office, before or now, Kyle Smith or Marty Herney? Look, let's embrace this guy. Bobby Beathard was the greatest front office guy in the history of our fanship and a major reason why we're here today. Bobby Beathard was his mentor. They love each other. This guy was picking ponies for the Washington Star. We talked about it. Coaching CYO basketball at St. Jude's, his alma mater. The guy goes to Good Counsel High School. You guys have heard us talk about the WCAC, but Marty
Rob
Herney
H, 4413.
is
He's got to be a Catholic guy.
and
CUA.
of course, he's a Catholic University Cardinal. But while he was a Catholic University Cardinal, he was coaching in the CYO. He's a local guy that Bobby Beathard gave his start to. Can we not welcome this man home and embrace him? Can we not look at Ron Rivera and say, you've made some pretty damn good decisions based on human character since you've gotten here? Now we should really appreciate that it's this guy. No, all these wannabe know-it-alls that think they understand how the front office works. I tell you right now, I don't understand one freaking thing about how the front office works. I'm sure Kyle Smith was a great guy to have, and he still is.
Yeah,
and now
we
we've
still
got a
got him.
different
We still got
person.
him.
What is wrong with us? Why do we hate so much? Like we're just so beaten. We're just so
know. Well,
skewed.
so the whole
Welcome the homeboy home.
We're scarred.
Welcome the homeboy home.
We're scarred in the general
We are
manager
scarred.
spot, and we need some healing. And I think we can get some Marty Herney healing in the GM spot because I think that he will come in and be completely different than the Vinny Serrato, Bruce Allen hurt that we got laid on us because he ain't running anything. And guess what? You know what? He's also not being run in to run Harvest Fest. He's also not being brought in to lie to the world and do press conferences and be deceitful and sell used cars to players, agents, and the local press.
Pick pants.
And Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
God.
He's being
No.
brought in
No.
to work with a guy that he knows how to work with.
So I don't want to.
yeah.
Just the last 10 years, their organization was 30 billion times better than ours. He was doing it for them for a majority of that time. He's been brought here for a specific reason. He's going to be the guy that does make the call when a trade is suggested. It's either going to be Kyle Smith, who hasn't had these relationships with all these guys for 10 years. Marty Herney has.
Yep.
He's got the best Rolodex. He's known as the best personality. People love him. They love being around him. He's egregious. He's hysterical. This is such the opposite Bruce Allen. This is the phone call you want to get. The first 10 minutes are about how the wife and kids are and how the family and a couple funny jokes. Then let's get down to business.
That's right.
When in years past they would be like, it says Bruce Smith, like, Bruce Smith is on line two. Like, oh, God. I'm either about to have a terrible conversation or make
Everyone
my name
hated
as a GM by fleecing this moron.
Everyone hated him. Okay, and then so here's how I'll bring it home, and that is Ron Rivera gets to hire who Ron Rivera wants to hire. If he wants Marty Herney, give him Marty Herney. If he's not sold on Kyle Smith getting a promotion and that burns Kyle Smith's britches and someone else wants to bring him on, great. I think Kyle Smith has a future, but not to the point where I'm going to second-guess Ron Rivera's decision about him because Ron Rivera's in charge. And if Ron Rivera decides to trade for Deshaun Watson or Matt Stafford, I will backflip about it. I'll be like, this is great. I will back Ron Rivera's play. My whole thing was just kind of like where I'm at right now. But I promise
I'm with you.
If Ron Rivera pulls a trigger on any of these deals, I will be excited. Less because of what I think about the player or the deal or who won or who lost, and more because, hey, Ron Rivera just decided this is what's going to make us better. I'm betting he's right. I'll give him that.
I'm with you, man.
You're with Ron Rivera no matter what.
I'm riding with Ron.
I am too.
My opinion means squat.
If Ron asked to pee on your foot, you'd say, absolutely, sir,
like,
go
which
right
foot?
ahead.
Right or left? I got 2 feet. You can pee on one. If you just want to pee on one, just let me know. But I got 2.
I'm behind you, coach.
Yeah. Just whatever. It's all good.
Coming from the guy who's peed on both of our feet.
Yeah. It's like, let's be honest. It's
Not on purpose.
I got
Not
a
on
thick skin.
purpose.
Thick
Oh,
skin.
sorry.
Wasn't on purpose.
So if Ron Rivera wants to pin your foot on purpose, that's different. That's
It's all
different,
different. It's all different.
But
So-
really, man, come on. Let Ron be Ron. Let Ron do Ron. So far, so good.
So far, so good. And, again, it's a journey. We didn't enter year one of Ron Rivera expecting unimaginable, unrealistic things, and we got, I believe, unimaginable, unrealistic results, and that was awesome. And so I think that whether he decides to develop a guy behind 2 journeyman backup types, or if he decides to bring in a veteran for a price tag that will shake our heads at and be scared about for a minute or two, all good with me. By the time we talk next Tuesday night, we'll probably have a little bit more clarity on a couple of things. I hope that Alex Smith will have made his decision in the next week. I don't think he has to. I think the one thing that everyone needs to keep their eyes on, obviously, it's championship weekend. Super Bowl is coming right afterwards. We'll be in February before you know it. League calendar. It's going to sound like I'm getting ahead of myself, but it will be here before we know it. Mid-March, if the NFL gets everything they want and they get everything on schedule, I think March 17th, something like that, is the start of the league.
That's
New
8
year.
weeks. We are 40 days till March as of today.
I know. It'll be here before you know it, and everything starts to happen quarterback-wise right in that small window. Because what you have, just remember, all these guys have contracts, the Deshaun Watsons, the Matt Staffords, the Dak Prescotts, the Matt Ryans. They all have these things that are like the roster bonuses, workout bonuses. A lot of these contracts have been written in the last 5 years to trigger on like the 3rd day of the new year, of the league calendar year, or the 2nd day of the league calendar year. So teams are going to have to make decisions about who they're bringing back and know that they're not bringing someone back by, I'm guessing, the 1st or 2nd week of March. And then we all know about tampering. And it's going to be a tamperific, first half of March, and that's when we're really going to understand who is truly in play, who is somebody that we could make a run for, and also who to what kind of time we have to lay back. Is a guy like Dak Prescott going to hit the market? Are we going to let somebody go out there and spend $35 million on a guy like him and then let another guy fall to us? So, again, just to say, after the Super Bowl is over, things start moving fast, and, we have some time to let things percolate. I want to keep pushing this linebacker idea, but at the same time, we got to solve the quarterback spot. And at the same time as that, we have to keep our eyes on being a good team for the next 5, 6, 7 years, which is completely and totally possible for us, in my opinion, for the first time in 20 years. But we have something in place that can last.
I love that, and I agree with it 1,000,000%. Deshaun Watson is the perfect fit for this franchise and would cost an exorbitant amount moving forward. It would be selling our soul for the long haul for a short fix. I don't know how I feel about that. I just want everyone to know Deshaun Watson is the perfect fit for this.
He is.
But now we have to have big boy pants on and pretend like we're Ron Rivera and understand it is a long haul. He needs to set this team up the opposite of the way he found it. And if Deshaun Watson were to get hurt after we gave up 3 picks and a player, we'd be sitting in a place that we were in and have toiled in. And I love your optimism. It's amazing. And the way you said it was, I'll never forget. We got Heineke, which I love. I do love it.
I want to say thank you to all the good folks hanging out with us tonight. James, Eric, Robert, Greg, AGH, Rob, the other Rob, the Rob H, who I think it's got to be definitely a Catholic guy, if not a WCAC guy. Rhett.
I think he's one of the best tight ends ever. I'm telling you right now, these two are Kevin and Rob, just as loyal as it gets. I love them dearly, but that's one of the best tight ends. Ran the tight end delay. Remember when the tight end delay was just run in place while the pass protection was happening, and then you evacuated to the right side?
Leaked it out.
My man Rob H44, stud. And Kevin G, man, he might make a better cocktail than me, fellas.
No way.
His game is very strong.
I want to taste that cocktail.
He's been around for a long time, and A+.
I will
could
trade
top an awesome,
2 first-round picks for that cocktail, sir.
I can't imagine those 2 additions to this board tonight. That's just unreal. Unreal.
It's awesome. Nasta, if anyone is looking for a good cocktail, Kevin G is the man. I want to say, again,
can we talk about cocktails for a second?
Why not?
Can we show that the Redbreast Lustau, 2 bottles of it,
it was paid
made
up.
its way?
The debt has been paid.
Thank you.
The debt has been paid.
Kevin, help me out.
Redbreast, Lustau.
Kevin helped Kevin out as well.
Everyone wins. Everyone wins.
When these 2 bet and
one
of
them
loses.
Anybody wants to know off camera, we'll tell you how.
E.O.
It
Anderson.
all worked out.
Treat yourself. Treat yourself.
2 bottles of Lustau in the house. Thanks, Dwayne.
Thanks, Dwayne Haskins. The gift that keeps on taking. I love it.
That's the best thing you did for us, buddy.
So good. Until next Tuesday night, he's Tim Strachan.
I appreciate it, guys. See you next week.
He's Kevin Ricca.
Lustau.
I'm Ken Marangolo, and this was Thank God It's Tuesday. Come on back and see us next Tuesday. Subscribe. First Amendment Sports. It's free. Appreciate all you guys following us on Twitter and Instagram. We are still live.
Still live. Hey, man, that's the best board. You guys just I never get a chance to really see the board. Tonight, I just was staring at the board all night long. Awesome, man.